Chapter 37, Monday, November 29th, Millionaires for the Month. Felix. Felix woke up before his alarm and before Freebie. The boys finally had a plan to win the challenge. According to their estimates, by the end of the day on Wednesday, Felix and Benji would be broke. They planned to sink every last penny into the drama club fundraiser. Custom cupcakes flown in from bakeries in LA, skywriting, prepaid food trucks, a performance by 2 Broadway stars, flowers from Holland, which was a 6-figure expense, acrobats, real penguins, and a traveling planetarium. And because Sterling Middle probably wouldn't authorize half of this, they planned to have some of the attractions off school property. But they had the solution for that too: a shuttle service. They still had dozens of details to figure out, and Benji had to talk to Alma, but Felix was confident it would all come together. It had to. Felix took a quick shower and put on a pair of tie-dyed leather skater pants that had cost over $5,000. He fed and walked Freebie, and he ate his room service breakfast. By the end of the week, it would be back to off-brand Frosted Flakes and clothes from Target, and he couldn't wait. He was trying his air flights when there was a knock. Freebie went to the ballistic mode, barking and trying to claw through the heavy door. Calm down, Felix pulled the dog back and opened the door. It was Georgie. Hi, she said. You're back. He stated the obvious. Georgie stepped into the hotel room. Her hair was in a ponytail and she was dressed for work. I brought you this. She handed him a box of maple candies. Thanks. He let go of Freebie's collar and took the candy. He and Georgie hadn't seen each other since the wedding. He needed to apologize and didn't know where to start. He hoped to have the conversation after December 1st. She took a seat at the table and helped herself to a piece of bacon. I wanted to talk to you about the wedding. He let out a breath. I'm so sorry, Georgie. He collapsed into the chair to her. I've ruined your wedding. I didn't mean to, I swear. Stop. She held up a hand. I shouldn't have yelled. You're just a kid. Sometimes I forget that and expect you to act like an adult. It's not fair. He didn't know what to say. He wasn't just a kid. You brought me a really stupid wedding gift. He sighed and rolled her eyes. A really stupid and expensive wedding gift, but it's still a gift. And it was still stupid, he mumbled, and she laughed. I heard Apex 7 returned the money. Yeah, most of it. That's good. She paused and stared at him. You know, people say money can change someone, and they don't usually mean for the better. The pancakes in his stomach churned. What is she trying to say? But I don't think what happened to you. You're still a sweet kid, Felix. She's got up, and he worried that she might try to kiss his forehead or something. And I'm going to be mad about anything. It's not the surprise concert, huh? It's that you wore my wedding dress. She playfully slapped him in the back of the head. There was a soda stain on the sleeve. Georgie left, and Felix finished getting ready for school. At 7:30, he went to the parking lot. Good morning, Reggie. Felix and Freebie crawled into the back of the Range Rover, and the car door opened again. Felix assumed it was Benji. Right after the basketball practice, we'll go. Excuse me, said Mr. Reynolds. That's a problem with your account. The hotel manager leaned into the back seat. What do you mean? Your rooms are prepaid through December 1st, but every morning we charge the previous days in credential, like the room service and pet cleaning fees. Today the payment was denied. Oh, sorry. Felix opened the banking app on his cell phone. The balance showed over $1 million, but there was a red banner that told him to contact the financial institution. He dialed Mr. Troltz. The accountant didn't answer, and he always answered. Felix felt his heart beat into his temples. I'll be right back. He grabbed Freebie's leash and ran to the elevator and rode it to the top floor. Benji's opened his door before Felix could knock. He dressed for school. He looked sick. What's going on? Felix asked. My dad. His lawyers froze the account. We can't spend any more money until we see a judge on December 16th. Felix's knees buckled and crashed, but first onto the floor. Freebie jumped into his lap, looking for attention. You okay? Benji knelt down next to Felix. No. Felix looked at Benji. What a stupid question. Don't worry. I'll figure something out. Benji lifted Felix by the elbow and pressed the elevator button. What's going... Just go to school. I'll see you there. Felix and Freebie went back to the car, the manager still lingering nearby, but Felix ignored him and got into the SUV. What's up, boss? Reggie asked when they were on the road. I don't think I'm your boss anymore. Felix stared out of the window. The money is all gone. Dang, you spent it all? I wish. Reggie shot at him in the rearview mirror. Benji's parents have control of the money. I can't pass you anymore. I can't pay you anymore. Felix's voice shook. But I'd appreciate it if you dropped me off at school first. No problem, Felix. I can pick you up too. Thank you. And can you still watch Freebie? Happy to. First Bank of New York. Current balance $1,689,142.74. Contact financial institution. Benji did not deliver on his promise to get the money back. Before every class, Felix checked the app to see if the funds were available. He couldn't concentrate on anything else. Felix asked about it at lunch, and Benji only replied, working on it. This was hard to believe since he was sitting in the cafeteria picking at a turkey sandwich. When Felix went to basketball, he missed shots, tripped on his own feet, and caught a pass with his face. He had to sit out 5 minutes until his nose stopped bleeding. After practice, he grabbed his backpack and jacket and didn't bother to change. There was a text from Benji. Finally, Benji, I have a plan. He has a plan? Felix felt lighter reading those words. Maybe his world wasn't about to fall apart. Felix didn't bother to call or text. He asked Reggie to drive him straight to the porter's house. Benji was shooting hoops in the driveway under the giant spotlight. Felix and Freebie got out of the SUV. What's going on? Did you talk to your dad? Felix's breath created a fog in the air. He won't change his mind. Benji dribbled the ball with 2 hands. But I have a plan. What? I know my dad's password. We'll log into his email, and we can write his lawyer a message and tell them to drop the case. Something like, objection, I've changed my mind, please cease and desist. I don't want to sue Laura Friendly anymore. Give them the money back. Felix stared in disbelief. This was not a plan. It was a crappy idea. Benji, that's stupid. Hey, Benji stopped dribbling. Don't call me stupid. Then don't suggest stupid ideas. Freebie pulled on his leash, and Felix snapped it back. Reggie opened his door and got out of the Range Rover. Hey, calm down, guys. Whatever it is, you'll figure this out. I can't write an email to a lawyer, Felix continued. He'd never believe me. And the lawyer would probably call your dad and double check. It is stupid. Then what should we do? Benji stepped closer, and Freebie jumped up to greet him. The dog didn't realize Benji had screwed up everything, and that Freebie would probably get shipped in an animal shelter at the end of the week. Tell your dad to release the money, Felix screamed, and pulled on the leash. I can't tell my dad what to do. Can you tell your dad what to do? Whoa, Benji, calm down, Reggie said, stepping between them. The weather was cold enough to snow, but Felix's face was burning hot, and every muscle in his body shook with anger. Stop being a useless idiot for once, Felix said, though a clenched jaw, and get the money back. Shut up. And don't call me an idiot. Benji hurled the ball into the side of the brick house. It sounded like a small explosion. Felix jumped, and Freebie darted. His leash snapped from his collar. In a blink, he was across the yard and flying toward the road. Freebie! Felix ran after his dog, and he was too late. The red truck rounded the corner, and Freebie disappeared beneath it.